Israel, as usual, you know, we're going to do the opening, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Wahab,
Whom Yeshua?
Double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who rule and teach well, to the Akims and the Iris and Byers and those pushing videos in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, last Sabbath we was talking about the 7 churches. We didn't really get to finish that, so we're going to try and go over other precepts that we had, try and give a bit more clarity. There's some meat in there that weren't touched, so we'll let the brother continue.
So the first precept is, what did you have?
I have Revelation 10.
Yes. We go down in order. Another has precept, bring it on. Because the thing about precept is that it helps the prophet that's listening to expand on something that because the prophet might be stuck in an understanding. And your precept kind of open his mind, you know, when he comes to that particular point or subject or topic. This is rather struggling. So it's very important. Precepts are very good.
This is Psalms 119, verse 100. I understand more than the Asians because I keep thy precepts. So like the brother said about the precepts help to give more understanding.
And let me just add also that every word is established by 2 or 3 witnesses. So a precept is establishing the word.
You want to come a bit closer?
We're not religion, we just teach our people who we are according to the Bible. Why, you believe in the Bible?
I grew up on it, yeah.
Oh, you grew up on it? Okay, you know who we are in the Bible as a people?
That's right.
How do you prove it though? Well, let's forget that. If we're the Israelites are meant to be God's chosen people, right? So are we living like a chosen people? No, we're not, sis. We're at the bottom all the time. We're always marching, hands up, don't shoot, Black Lives Matter. That's not like a chosen people. You don't hear the Chinese man, the Arab, all these other nations saying Arab life matter, Chinese life matter. We're the only ones. So if we're God's chosen people, why are we in the condition that we're in? Why do you think we're in the condition that we're in?
He's going to read it to you.
What it is, what we're not as a people, one is who we are. Once you realize who you are, you realize that as a people, we're under a binding covenant. That's right. We went into a binding covenant to keep God's commandments and be above all these other nations. Break them, be screaming Black Lives Matter, hands up, don't shoot. So when you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, that's where you find some of that covenant. It teaches us like if we keep them, we'll be above the nations. If we don't, end up in the situation that we're in. So what we do, we come and teach our people the truth of the Bible. Because enough of our people are into Christianity. It ain't biblical. It's not really. No, it's a doctrine based upon things in the Bible, not what the Bible actually teaches. Well, Constantine played his bit by taking out certain things and certain doctrines. But and the Bible.
That's the Catholic. That's Catholic. Because Catholic means universal. So he wanted to bring
the
all
idols
the.
that they got is kind of like an influence from Roman God.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, that's what religion does. What religion does, it brings that. If you used to worship a stone, you still worship a stone just under the guise of. So it draws you in. And you can still keep
It's called ecumenism. So basically, even the Catholic Church, they've been trying to do that. They've been trying to bring in Islam and other nations all together as one. They've been trying to do that.
But really, I feel like all of those religions share similarity, but they are very, very different. I guess it's different because, like the Israelites or the Hebrew people, first people who have already lived in Egypt, they were looking at the Israelites like, what is it about them?
That's right.
That's what it was.
So they would have explained and everything, but Israelites, they weren't worried about it.
Problem is though.
But because they felt like these people were
That's right.
they were like, before they kind of take over Egypt,
Let's get rid of them, but it's too powerful.
Can I just add one thing to the scholarship? You're precisely correct. What happened was there was a change of rulership in Egypt.
Of course.
So when that
was different from
yes. So when that change of rulership occurred, they no longer had that bond of friendship with the people. They saw them as a threat.
Yeah, because at that point Joseph, he was the governor over there, so because of that, he helped them out, and people used to love them.
They loved them at that
on the strength of Joseph. After that, Joseph passed away, and everything now, new relationship.
That's right.
Come and play. Yeah, we got a camera, but you're not seeing. You're not being seen.
It's facing this way, so.
Yeah, so what you're saying is very true. So now let's see now, for example, the women are lively, and the children are strong. And they're like, just like today, and they're like, well, if we don't get rid of them, or if we don't put a system in place to put them at the top, they will take over, man.
Here this is. Back up with the brother saying, this is Judith, chapter 5 and 20.
That's right.
And therefore, my Lord and Governor, there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God. So we're breaking, remember I told you when you took covenant. Covenant was to keep his commandments. This guy is saying, these people are breaking that covenant, breaking the commandments. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, as their God be for them, and we become a reproach to all the world.
That's why they devise Christianity. Because what Christianity does is make you go against the laws of the Most High. That's why Rome came up with Christianity. Because if they can stop us serving our Most High, they can now overpower us. Because they read these and they knew our strength. That's why they devised Christianity. But when they were cunning with it, because they implement some of our laws, but on the surface, and then they kind of teach a doctrine to the scripture. So they put their understanding rather than the correct understanding. But so we thought back in them days we were serving the Most High God, but no, we were serving man and his philosophy that they came with. Yeah, so that's just what I wanted to say.
You go on YouTube? You go on YouTube? Well, they're not good for us. Well, it's like what you mentioned today, all those denominations, they go back to a specific so-called purpose to break those religions. Most I never gave us religion. This is...
I feel like maybe different stuff. Some of them, when you take like discover every time.
God ain't universal. That's the problem. He only deals with one specific group of people. Religion incorporates everybody. That's where we've been going wrong. Here it is. This is Beatle 4:1. This is the book of the performance of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. The day that people shall come to life, such as me, he must die. This is what the Bible is. It's not a religious book. It's a book of laws, history, and prophecy pertaining to well, it gives you information. That's the
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel, verse 20, he have not dealt so with any nation.
That's letting you know that the Mosaic is universal. That's what these religion does. Try to incorporate everybody into it. But the Bible letting you know that this is exclusive. Your name's not down, you're not coming in.
That's basically, sometimes it may sound harsh, but you have to remember, the other nations had their gods, and what they did, they took the children of Israel and forced them to worship their gods. That's basically what happened.
Listen, based on what the brother said as well, when you read the Bible, you always hear the Mosaic telling the children of Israel, don't worship the gods of the other nations. So don't worship the gods of the other nations. So we've always had our own God, which luckily for us is the creator of everything. But he told us don't worship the gods of the other nations. They were meant to learn how to serve him. To us, now we've fallen. We have to get back to that position before we can do that again.
No. Let me finish it, because I haven't finished the scripture, because there's a specific point I was trying to bring to you. So let me read it over here. Verse 20. He, meaning Yahweh, Most High, have not dealt so any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. So what this is bringing out is that no other race or group of people can understand his ways. So when you said earlier that you believe that certain Christians, white people, they knew the truth of this is what you believe. This scripture is emphatically telling us so. We are the only ones that can speak the mysteries of this. No other people can. So you need to know that.
And you see what we just read in the last verse it said, and like
and as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Now that's showing you also the judgment for breaking the commandments. No one else has known apart from us. You look what happened to us. We're being judged for breaking these commandments. Everybody else is in fact the Chinese, the Russians, the Caucasians, they're all in fact only us. We're in every nation at the bottom, in every nation. So we're the only ones who are feeling the judgments, showing you that the laws was only for us. Because we're the only ones receiving the judgments for breaking the laws. Everybody else is breaking the laws. They're not getting the judgments. But what they will get is judgment for how they treated the Israelites. That's what they'll get.
Joel 3,
exactly.
That's the third world war because of that.
Yeah.
No, the reason why we're at the bottom is because we broke the covenant. And the judgment, the penalties for breaking that covenant is the condition that we're in.
It's exactly what, see as well, how you build back up is exactly what you see us doing. I was going to add, what you see us doing now, trying to work about people, bring us back. So this is, what did you want? Oh yeah. Watch this. 1 Kings 87.
It was nice, straightforward.
Then listen to this after. This will back up.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 11. And it reads, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
That's what you're seeing now. The tabernacle of David, us coming back to this knowledge, this understanding.
That is fallen, and close up the breaches.
That is fallen because we ended up in the situation that we're in. We're not meant to be in the situation that we're in. But now, the understanding of who we are, the proper doctrine of the scriptures, that's coming back and we're starting to raise up again.
And close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
That's twofold. We're being built back up now, but also, like in the days of old, the position that we were in, we're going to get back to the position again. But how did that happen?
So this is 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 47. It reads, yet if they bethink themselves.
Think themselves is like Deuteronomy 31 says, when you bring the curses to mind, you start to think, well, the Bible says this is going to happen to the Israelites. Remember the history that happened to me. We're starting to bethink ourselves.
Yet if they bethink themselves in the land whether they were carried captive, right where we are. Yeah?
Don't need to jump on the plane that freedom.
That's right. And this is a key point. And repent. That's a key point. So you not only have to bethink yourself, you've got to repent. You've got to change. So the way how you are living, change the way you're living. Find out what the Most High requires of you and apply it to your life. That's what this is saying. Yeah? It says, and repent. And here we go. And make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned.
That's one thing you have to acknowledge that you sin. A lot of our people, they're like, oh, if there's a God and he loves us, then why would he make us go through what we did? We went through the punishment for the correction. That's what these judgments are for. Yeah, exactly. But you have to acknowledge that you've done wrong.
We have sinned and have done perversely. We have committed wickedness. Verse 48. Yeah? And so return unto thee with all their heart.
Come back to the covenant, keeping the laws, having faith in our God again.
With all their heart and with all their soul.
Right.
In the land of their enemies, which led thee
And
away
that's a
captive.
Says in the land of your enemies. So the scriptures let me know that we've got enemies. Everybody ain't our friend.
That's right. And pray towards and pray unto thee towards their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers.
Once we've done all of that, what's going to happen?
The city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. And here we go, verse 49. Then,
So we have to acknowledge that we've gone off. Repent, come back to the covenant. Then once we start to do that,
then hear thou their prayer and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place. And here's a good point. And maintain their cause.
that's how the Most High will start defending us. Yeah? You have someone? Yeah.
Oh, no.
And also, we're in captivity. You realize we're in captivity. So that means it's a prophecy that is manifested, right? So in the book of Judges 5:11, it says this: they that are delivered from the noise of archers, right? But there will be a third world war. You get what I'm saying?
See
That's
it
the
building
prophecy.
up.
Yeah, that's the prophecy. Yeah, that's the prophecy. So say, they that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing water. So that's that captivity, man. Drawing water is hard work. When you work for your enemy. Slavery. So he's letting you know, the judges are letting us know from the beginning what's going to happen in the end, right? So he says, here in England, in South America, West Africa,
Wherever you're dwelling.
in America, wherever we are, there rehearse, all right, the righteous act of the Lord. So that means that rehearsing, because someone goes to, let's go to rehearse. Let's go to the term rehearse. The etymology. Hold on. Let's deal with that
this.
first.
Shalom. Let's deal with
Let's deal with this first, and then we can move on, yeah? Yeah, go on, man. I can't even find it.
I'm going to show you like what it means to rehearse.
But I want you to understand what's going on, right? Because in churches, yes. Because in churches, or anything, because in churches, they're saying, like, oh, be under grace. Yes, we are under grace. But grace is not a license to sin. Do you get what I'm saying? So I want to explain to you what we're supposed to do. Because right now, being in captivity is impossible for us to uphold the law 100%. Alright? Because everything is done in a way it's corrupted. our bodies, the body is right. These one
Sinful flesh.
It doesn't allow us, they don't allow us to really keep the law 100%. The Most High will have to do something for that to come into its rightful place, for that to get into its rightful place like Adam was before. Like we try to get Adam, Adam's status. Yeah? What does he say?
Practice.
Practice.
They play piece of music or other work for
That's
later.
good. You know when a musician, before he goes to concert, what does he do? Practice. Alright? Practice. But when he practice, what happens? There's mistakes and everything. The more you practice now, when you get to the real thing, the concert, the show, the gig, he does his thing.
It says practice. They play piece of music or other work for later public performance.
Exactly. For later, so you're rehearsing for a performance. So right now, the performance, if someone go to Hebrew 8, let's bless the sister. Anyway, we have all day today.
Yeah,
We have all day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 88, 11 and 12.
8 verse 8.
Yeah, so that's practice, right? Rehearsing. So that means we will have to practice the law to the best of our ability, knowing that we can't keep the law 100%. But there's a reason why we're practicing. And that's in Hebrew 8. Start at 8 and finish at
And even though we know we can't keep it 100%, it's not an excuse not to keep it. So we have to bear that in
Hey,
mind.
what did he say? He said, what's the practice again? For future. So if you play on your rehearsal, when the performance comes, you're gonna be
You're
slacking.
going to be rubbish, so you've got
You're gonna
to...
be crap, so you gotta take it seriously. Here's the rehearsal.
You drop a note,
You have
start again.
when you rehearse, you have room for mistake.
Yeah.
But the aim is that at the end of that rehearsal, when the time comes, performance, you don't make any mistake. That's what he's saying in Hebrews.
It's Hebrews 8, and I'll start 7. It says, for if that first covenant had been faultless,
Yep.
first covenant I was talking about.
You good at breaking it that far.
Yeah, so when you go to Deuteronomy 28, when you talk covenant, like I'm saying, so it says, if that first covenant was faultless, then there should have been then no place should have been sought for the second. So we kept breaking that first covenant. That's why it's going to make the second one. So it says, for finding fault with them, so the issue wasn't with the covenant, the issue was with us. It says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Now, did you hear that? Did he say the whole word? Just said Israel and Judah.
That's the two kingdoms.
That's the two
And
kingdoms,
you're from
southern
the
kingdom
tribe,
and the northern
from the
kingdom.
spirit, you're from the tribe of Israel. Like me, I'm from the tribe of Judah.
Other tribes are not included.
No, they are.
You know,
Yeah. When it says
when I say tribe of Israel, it means like when Solomon, after Solomon passed away, there was like a schism in Israel, right? So the northern tribe go and did their own thing, and the southern tribe.
Jeroboam and Jeroboam.
So Guyana would be what tribe?
Guyana would be predominantly Asher, but we also have Manyam there.
Right, so you might be, have you heard of the Garifuna? You look at the Garifuna. Garifuna is a mixture of northern tribe and southern tribe. When I look at you, I see the northern tribe features. You know what I'm saying? You more than likely your ancestor didn't come from West Africa. Your ancestor were always in America. I mean, your people were always in America. That's the tribe of Israel. That's what I'm saying. But there's people in Brazil that came from South Africa. There's the Yoruba tribe that came from West Africa that are there. They're Brazilian, but they have that Yoruba culture. But even the Yoruba people, you go to Aruba tribe in South America. So the Yoruba people, a lot of them are northern tribes, but because they're in West Africa in the middle with Judah, so we will say that Judah, but a lot of them, but that's for history. We're going to leave that history part, and then we're going to get it. So carry on.
So it says, Hebrews 8:8, for finding fault with them, so the fault was with us. Yeah? He saith, the older days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
So right now, technically, we're not in that covenant right now. Why? Because we do see, actually we say that, but we we sing right now. So we are rehearsing. We're rehearsing so that our body and our mind can prepare for the thing to come. So when the Mosaic gave it, that will allow the Mosaic to give it that new body. You see, because when you look at Adam was eternal because he was keeping the law. He was perfect. And he fell, right? Therefore we fell. We get back into that covenant that will allow us to be perfect again. Read it.
Verse 9, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers, the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of
So that
Egypt.
covenant was based on the animal sacrifice, which was imperfect. When you read Hebrews 9 and 10, you understand that.
Because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord, which is why we're in the condition we're in now.
Just as the brother said about the sacrifice, because what was happening back then, when they sinned, they were giving animal sacrifice to atone for them breaking the Most High's law. But then what they started to do now was break the laws and just think, oh, I give an animal sacrifice, that would atone. But their heart wasn't clean. That's where the problem was in these people. Yeah, they made it into a business. Yes, into a habit now. Yeah. And then they started to sacrifice animals that were lame as well. That was another problem that happened. Yeah. So
Verse 10
I just wanted to give you that.
it says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord.
Yeah, the covenant. So when we get into our perfection, meaning in the kingdom, now he will put so basically,
right.
I will put my laws into their mind,
yes,
and write them in their hearts.
say.
That
But what I
inner
wanted
man.
to say before that happens, you know what's going to happen? Can someone go to 1 Corinthians 15, if you can, and 50, I believe, in your spirit. There's something that needs to happen, and it won't happen to everyone. For it to happen, you have to keep the law. You have to rehearse the law. You have to be part of the 1/3. Let's take that system. No, 15 and 50. 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. No, let's leave that. Let's
This is 1 Corinthians chapter
Listen to
15
this.
and verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of
Flesh and
your
blood
God.
cannot inherit the kingdom, meaning like that body, that demonic body, you cannot go in the kingdom into that. I mean, you cannot go into the kingdom without flesh because the kingdom has a high vibration. You know, and we on the 3rd vibration. Alright, lower frequency, that's why you see what you see. Vibrate on lower frequency right now. But over there we're gonna vibrate on the highest. That thing cannot go there. So something will need to happen. Carry on.
Neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
But in the kingdom, our bodies will be immortal.
That's right.
Behold, I show you a mystery.
I show you a mystery, man.
We shall not all sleep, but we shall be
not-
all changed.
We shall not walk.
We shall not all sleep.
Meaning, there's people that won't die until Yahweh shall leave back. But he's coming back. Because you know what? You know how we know it? There's prophecies that precede his coming. And these prophecies are being manifested right now. Alright? So that's what we're getting prepared for. Preparing ourselves for his coming. Alright, so we will be changed, go ahead, carry on.
But we shall all be changed.
We shall be like this body that we have. In a blink of an eye, we will change. But that's because there's someone go to one. Yeah, but also there's something, there's an event. Matthew 24 and 31. That's the reason why we have to be changed. We're going to teach you the science of this word, because this is science.
Book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 31
Yeah?
reads, and he shall send his
And he
angels
shall send his angels
with a great sound
with
of a
a great sound of
trumpet.
trumpet, meaning there will be noise, right? You know when you see a plane come, that's
One of
that.
them jets.
Yes, that's that noise. Basically, everybody will know, right? But I will explain to you where the angels go.
And they shall gather together.
And they shall gather together.
His elect.
His elect. So basically, you know, have you heard of the UFOs? The clouds. Can someone go to Act 1? And Act 1 and 6 or 7. Can someone go to Revelation 1 and 7? I can show you something.
Yeah, you have to. It's one book.
Obviously,
One
yes,
book.
of course.
Revelation 1 and 7. No, it's Acts. Are you there?
You used to be like, no, we
Yes. Read 6
Together.
and 9.
New and old is one.
Are you going to restore? Yeah? So listen to this now.
Check it out.
Yeah. Where are you?
I just had a little more to this.
I will finish it. Finish it.
Yeah, they should gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Yeah, so they're in South America, then West Africa, then England, then France, then the United States, they're everywhere, the elect. And for the most part, they know about this truth, for the most part. They know the Hebrew Israelite, they know that they're rehearsing the truth, they know about the history, they keep the garment, they keep the Sabbath right now. Yes.
Alright, Acts 1 and 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Alright, so that's the proof that when Yahweh shall come, and you listen, you're starting to be distracted. You're going to get that word. You know, because you came here, we're going to give you that word before you go. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, actually, Yahweh is coming to restore the kingdom to us. So, once again, the brother was saying, it's not for everyone. That's why he wrote down Psalm 147, 19 and 20. It's only for the Hebrew Israelite. Alright? Now jump to 9.
And the elect.
And the elect. Really the elect.
Yeah, exactly.
The elect.
Acts 1 and 9.
The elect.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received
He
him
was
out of
taken
their
up in the
sight.
cloud. My brother, what's your name? Luke. Yeah, we're going to give you a Hebrew name. Go to Psalm. Let him go. Psalm 104 and 3. Yeah, read that.
Wait, no, but actually, no, wait.
Are you rushing?
You do, no, yeah, I got to go into it, but like, it has to be really close.
But hold on, let us
Let us finish.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask.
Ask. What?
I was doing like a research.
Sheena.
Well, you see, we're dealing with a lot of the Yiddish online. Yeah. A lot of the Hebrew that you think is Hebrew is actually European-made Hebrew, modern Hebrew. But us, we speak the Shemam Badash, the holy tongue. That's why people used to speak before. Right? So that's what we're preaching. But that's what we're learning. So I don't know about what you're saying. Yes.
He said a cloud received him out of their sight.
Now read Psalm 104 and 3.
Psalms chapter 104, verse 3.
Right.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers
So
in the
that's the
waters.
Mosaic. Who lay up the beam of the chambers? Yeah? Carry on.
Yeah, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters. Who maketh the clouds his chariot.
Who maketh the cloud his chariot. So the UFOs, even if you go to the NASA people in the Pentagon, they will tell you that it was in the Bible. They're calling unidentified UFO flying object, but they know it's the chariot of God.
They
so
know.
when you see them in heaven, these are the angels. Alright? So come on, go now to Revelation 1 and 7. Revelation 1 and 7.
Revelation
Listen to this.
chapter
You see Yahweh is coming back. This side is coming back.
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
He coming with cloud, meaning he coming with a chariot, with UFOs.
And every eye shall see him.
So it's going to be majestic, right? So the reason why I say that we're supposed to be changed, because as Matthew 24 and 31 being manifested, when the angel come with the chariot to pick us up, you cannot go in that chariot if your body is not changed, because it's a different vibration over there. You're going to die. Your body cannot take it. You will die, but your body can't take it. So your body will have to be changed. You see, so we are getting prepared for that time, man. We're not playing.
You gotta not take the vaccine.
We definitely, why would I take the vaccine? Why? I mean the JAB.
I'm just
You know already we're going to take that.
No, we ain't. Yeah.
Don't we look like rebels to you, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, we rebels, man. We go against the... Can someone bring Jeremiah 28? Bring your...
Jude 1 and 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh for 10,000 of his saints. So
Jeremiah 28.
they're going to be overrun when they shall return.
Hey, listen to this. When I say we rebel, I'm not saying that we rebel. Right, that's the last verse.
Listen to this. Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. And it reads, The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Yeah, so that's what we do. Go on.
And against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
We told you about the third word, war. That's the war. We told you about the GAB, the Maxine, right? It's a pestilence. Right? How you gonna take something that is part of the curse?
That's why I was like asking about like the whole
Jainism. What is Jainism?
Forget the religion.
I know. Let me just say, right? Because like I was thinking of like whole
Yeah.
and then I was like, coming up right there, the whole Bible. So I don't know, randomly I was like searching for the oldest religion in the world. And some of the stuff that came up, one of the things that came up was Jainism. And
What is Jainism?
I know.
Explain.
But like Jainism, they would sit down and like they would have the mask on their face and they would sing the truth and all that. Not like a No, but like I've read like a lot of stuff that's not they've been playing for all of that stuff. So that when you guys think like the World War, I feel like it's a third world of many different.
No, well, the war itself is going to be an actual.
Even right now, like Israel and Palestine are going at it again.
All right, can I address you now? Because you asked that question before, so let me address it. Number one, what I need to tell you is, you cannot trust your enemy to tell you the truth. So if you're going on the internet and you're going on different sites and you're not researching who set up the sites, who wrote the literature, who the citations of the information, you're taking second-hand information. So the scripture says, envy thou not thy oppressor. None of them. So throw that out the window. I already brought out the scripture that said the truth or the mysteries of the scriptures are only given to the elect of Israel. Yasha'Allah. So if you're seeking information outside of that, it's not going to benefit you. That's number one. Now number two, when we say the war between Israel and Palestine, the people in Israel are not the people of the war, and the Palestinians are not even the original Philistines that were there. Because the original Philistines that were there, they're in, I think they made most probably in South Africa. But I know that they moved, as well as when our people moved and the Romans came in 70 AD. So the people that are there now are not the people mentioned up in the book. So the war that's going on there, that's just a prelude to what's going to happen. So if you want to know what's going to happen, you need to read this. Whatever else you're reading, it ain't going to give you...
It's just reading our God and understanding our God. And that's why you need, it's a good thing that you get coming here, because the Bible do say that, and they shall see, the eye shall see thy teacher. Meaning like, us, we're going to break it down to you. Most High gave us understanding. We understand what's going on right now. Right? Hopefully let's, but we are, as far as understanding the words and also matching the Bible with history.
That's right.
If you see people like that, obviously you have to test the spirit. But I'm glad the Most High brought you here. And that's what a lot of people need to do. When they see us right here, it's just like, if you want like a you got a salesman, and they're outside in the street and they're selling a particular product. And when you then you want a product, you go to them. Instead of calling them, you see them directly and then break it down, the deals, the different deals, and you get a good deal. We are the salesmen of Yahweh Shai. We are the rep, okay, of the Israel. We're waking up. We're the one that will teach people how to wake up. All right, so that's what we're doing. So it's not just reading the Bible, it's understanding the Bible and then application. So sister,
I want to add to what the brother said. When he used the analogy that there's a salesperson, you will go to the salesperson rather than call on the phone. The reason for that is we gather more information from body language. So 70% of communication comes from body language. Looking at someone's face, their smile, the way they're moving. You cannot do that on the phone. So that's the reason why your eyes have to see. Your spirit will bear witness to the truth that they're bringing.
yeah, so sister, we gonna clap for her, man, because she's been there for a while.
That's right.
On the channel and learn.
Check out, yeah?
I probably will just come back from work.
Well, we're here every Sabbath. Every Saturday.
Every Saturday. She's on fire, man.
Yeah, we know about them, but we know them.
Yeah, we know about them. But we keep Sabbath. But we Sabbath.
She's on fire, but I like that. I like that story.
I can see a lot of similarities in the two, even like Muslims.
Yeah, but the Muslims, they keep it from us, man.
That's why there's similarities.
I would probably be dating well. Like, I would definitely think about that.
No, Quran. The word Quran.
And Ishmael and Isaac.
Listen, the word Quran, you know what it means? Recite.
Recite.
Someone that recite. Anytime you read the Quran, there's enough places that tell you to go back to the book.
It's like, I think people like they got the Torah, they got the Psalms, they got the David, they got all of that.
As far as the Torah is concerned,
When you read the Quran, you actually read it the Torah, right?
but do you know why they have the Torah?
They have the Torah.
Yeah, but that's it. Do you know why? Because they believe in the first five books of Moses. That's why they have the Torah. And a lot of their stuff is taken from the Torah. Yeah, that's why.
So the kind of thing that is there.
With a slight twist.
With a little tweak.
But I really believe like all of the children of Abraham, they would have been
Yeah, but the actual children of Abraham is dealing with Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, to the tribes. Yeah. So when it's anytime it's speaking about the children of Abraham, it's not chatting about Ishmael and all the other
Those are the children according to the flesh.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? According to the flesh. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, because you got children according to the flesh and according to the promise. And we are the children according to the promise. The kingdom is for us, not the Mohammedan and not the other
because
people.
I did hear a verse where like, you know, when God then like have people have the spirit of Abraham.
No, the spirit of Abraham is faith. And
Yeah,
only
the
Hebrew
faith of
Israelite,
Abraham.
only Hebrew Israelite can have that faith.
Yeah,
But that faith, it leads to what? You have faith because there's a law. So the law is birthed out of, the faith is birthed out of the law. All right? I'll give you an example. In the desert, when the snake was biting the Hebrew Israelites, what did Moses do? What did Moses, Masha, what did he do? He said, I'll pull like a snake pole, like a brass pole with a snake on it. And then a brass snake actually.
It was a process.
Right, and then when you look on it, you heal. That's what act is that? The act of faith. Right, so it came out of the law. You have faith because you keep the law, and you keep the law because you have faith. Because if you don't have faith, you won't be able to keep the law. And not keep the law is a lack of faith.
Okay, one more because I have to really go.
Adam, please, I need to tell you this before you go, because you said something about Abraham. Yeah, so I have to address it. And his children. So this is the book of Romans, chapter 9, and I'll start at verse 11. Start verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, right? So we're talking about descendants of Abraham now, yeah? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. So Isaac, listen to this, for the children being not yet born, so they're talking about the children in the womb, being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God, Yahweh, according to election, might stand, right? It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. So basically, what this is illustrating, I can even go further. Let me just go further.
Go to Galatians 4 as well.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So isn't Esau a descendant of Abraham?
Go to Galatians 4.
So you understand what you said is incorrect.
Go to Galatians 4.
You understand it? It's not about Abraham's children. It's one particular child who was born from Abraham's seed.
Of course, which is Isaac.
Yeah, but remember,
But I'm talking about like the story with like Ishmael.
that's what I
Well,
knew.
Go to Galatians 4.
Because God did bless Hagar.
Yeah, he did.
Watch this. I'm going to answer that question. Yeah, watch this. Watch this. Listen to this. Genesis chapter 7. Yeah, Genesis chapter. This is what I want to next time. This will come. Genesis chapter 17, and I'll take it at verse 19. And it says, and the Most High God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant. And with his, and listen, and with his seed, it's singular, not plural, and his seed after him. Listen to this, verse 20. And as for Ishmael, so he's going to mention Ishmael, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful. And here we go, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I establish with Isaac. So he's showing you, he heard, because remember, Abraham was asking about Ishmael. So the Most High said, don't worry, Ishmael, I've heard you, I'll bless him. But my covenant I've made with Isaac. So all Ishmael got was a blessing, and he was on his way. Isaac got the covenant. Isaac got the covenant, and it comes down through Jacob and the 12 sons of Israel, which became the Israelites. That's the way I you see that? Yeah. See, now you understand where. Now you got it.
That's it. Bring that one out. Yes, bring that one out.
Galatians chapter 4.
One and that's it.
Last one.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 28. Bring it out. Now we brethren, as Isaac was of the children of promise.
Right. So Isaac is the child. I understand when you say that, all those guys. Because the child Abraham, it means father. Abraham means father of multitude. So there's a lot of children, and even some of the Elamites that naturally they link to Abraham. All right, but we talk about the children of the promise. Right? Read that one. That one.
Read 28 and jump to 30.
Read 28 again and jump to 30.
Galatians 4, chapter 4, verse 28. Now we brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. Chapter 30?
Yeah, go to 30 now.
Nevertheless, what say the scriptures? Cast out the bondwoman and her son.
Cast out the bondwoman and her son. That's Hagar and Ishmael.
Alright?
That links up with Genesis 17, what I read.
Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free woman.
Read on.
Verse 31. So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free.
That's right.
The street. Yes, sister.
That's clear.
Sister, it's a blessing, man.
That's not to be a baby mom.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good to hear.
That's right.
That's right. All right, sis.
She's been blessed, yeah.
You're welcome. Take care, sister.
Happy Sabbath, man.
Likewise.
Likewise.
Alright then. Well, that was interesting, you know.
That was actually.
That's how the Most High moves.
And Phil said it, that's how he moves. We come with a topic and he shows us what we have to talk about. Yes,
Ishmael. Man, telling this guy a nigga and you trying to be Ishmael. Don't make sense. Alright, let's get back to it now. So what was it again?
He was going to read.
Yeah, so
Revelation 10 and 9.
yeah, bring that Revelation 10 out. What do you
And
have?
I've got precept for it too.
Yes, that's fine. 3 and 14. What do you have? What do you have?
First Peter's 2 and 21.
That's right.
Yeah, we're on point.
Let's bring it. Let's go, man. Let's go.
So like we're saying, like we're gonna go back to the 7 churches. Like we didn't get to finish that last week.
Yeah, and also the 7 churches, like we say, through the spirit of church, 7 churches, today are the different camps and also the different spirit among the truth. Like among us, people have a different spirit that they manifest, that they work with. And those are the 7 spirit, 7 churches, because it's a spirit for every church. And when you say camp, it could be GMS, it could be IAYC, it could be even ICPK, it could be HOI, you know, HODC, Yahweh Messengers, Church of Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying, London GMS forecasters, all of that, you know what I mean?
Soldiers of the Lamb,
Find a
find the
visual,
people.
so yeah, bring it out.
So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 10 and verse 9.
That's right.
And it reads, and I went unto the angel
Right, and I went to the angel
and said unto him,
give
me the little book,
which is the Bible.
This book.
All right, this book. All right. How do you say it in
what, the book? Shapar first. No, Shapar.
the book of the law.
Yeah, the book of Shapar, Shalha of the law, Tawara. Yeah.
Shapar.
Shapar.
Okay. That's we're gonna leave it for another
It's a
day,
mouthful.
man. All right, carry on.
Yeah, verse, I'll do it over.
Yeah,
The book of Revelation, chapter 10 and verse 9. And I went unto the angel,
And I went
and
unto the
said
angel and said,
unto him,
Right.
give me the little book,
give me the little book, meaning give me that book, man. Give me the Bible, Biblios.
and he said unto me,
Right.
take it and eat it up,
Take it and eat it, meaning study it, you know, learn it, ingest it, yeah.
and it shall make thy belly bitter,
And it shall make that belly bitter, yeah.
but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
So when you come in the truth, you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, you know you're the greatest people on earth, you're the chosen people, that's nice. You're wearing the garment, you know some camp they're wearing nice garment, nice fringes, the women them, hookah and everything. That's good. You know you're Hebrew. You want to say something? You know that you're Hebrew Israelite. That's the good part. You know your heritage. The law was given to you. Oh, even better. The kingdom is for you.
That's right. That's right.
You being the kingdom to come, man. That the biggest, the baddest of all kingdom. That's good. That's the sweet part. All right. But now, carry on.
Can you just read that again for me?
Read that part, Revelation 11. Let me see if I can read it.
Revelation chapter 10
Let's read it.
and 10 and 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book.
Which is the Bible.
Right?
And he said unto me, take it and eat it up.
Study it and digest it.
And it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Right, there you go. See that? It will be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Because when you start reading this Bible first, you start reading, oh great, especially John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Oh, you're hearing everything and it sounds sweet. But when you study it and realize what that verse is really saying, it becomes bitter in thy belly. Because now you realize it's only for a certain set of people.
Right, so read that part again. That place, and read that.
There's the bitter and the sweet.
Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter,
Right.
but it shall be in thy mouth.
So when you come in this truth, when you start to go into deep waters, you're finding out about certain things that go against your family values,
Yes, there's
that
the
go
bitter.
against the society value, and that actually, if you think about that, make you somewhat of like an outcast and a stoic person. Because if you want to follow this truth, one of them, I remember like I called my mom, and the stepdad was there, and there was in my country, which is West Africa, they were there was like the Father's Day. So he said, you're not celebrating Father's Day. I said, I don't celebrate. And my stepdad gave me a whole heap of advice about the power of the society. I know that you're in the truth, but you can't be true. And I was like, yo, you don't even understand what's going on. I'm not even giving you half of what I'm really am. I'm trying to be cool with you lot, but already you're offended.
That's right.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the bitter part. When you hear this truth offends, and we're going to read a precept that says, blessed is he who is not offended in me.
All right? Matthew 10:36. Man's foe shall be there of his own house.
Right.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Right, that's one example of the bitter part of the truth. So the angel did warn John the Revelator,
right.
and also the angel did warn Ezekiel.
That's right.
That this book, it comes with a certain knowledge that is bitter, because when you think about it, when you count it the cost, you become sad, man. Because you know your mom ain't gonna get it. You know your father ain't gonna get it. Brother and sister ain't gonna get it. Your friend ain't gonna get it. You know, yo, I'm gonna have to go solo, man. Yo, this truth is too real for some of our people, right? So the reason why I brought it out is because we're gonna go into certain things that even us in the truth might not, that it will bother us, man. It will bother me first. I remember when I used to go to church, the faith church, there were these pastors. Yo, when they say, and they have the zeal,
but not.
the guy had that. Every time he preached, I wanted to fight this guy. I say, I don't like this guy. Every time he was talking about me.
La 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 la.
He was always talking about me because he was preaching.